Hello, Teacher Preston here with another video. So today I'm going to talk about strategies we can use to help us in teaching in the classroom and help us to keep things lively. So number one, I think every teacher should have, and when I was on CELTA and TEFL as well, our instructors told us this: every teacher has to have a box of tricks, especially with younger learners. Very, 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 very important. So what do I mean by box of tricks? So things like playing cards, flashcards, fluffy toys, also rulers, pens, very, very, very useful. Props, basically, very, very, very useful. How can you use these? So let's start with the cards. Very, very easy thing. You can keep them in your pocket and they're there. So basically shuffle a deck and then start putting cards on the table and get them to ask. So for example, say, or ask them questions. So how many cards are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. And then you can ask them, teach them aces, clubs, spades, and ask them how many 3 of spades or 5 of spades, black are there? There are 2, something like that. You can also play snap, games like that. You can also play Kim's game. So use them. You can take the cards and you can bend them like this, and you can hide something. Take three cards, bend them like this, and then hide something underneath it. You can also do it with cups as well. They call it a full card Monty, I think, if I remember the name correctly. Very, very useful. Okay, it's not, it's good for English practice, also numbers, teaching them if you want them to add, very, very useful. Subtract, divide. So that's cards. So let's move on. Just put them over there. Then you've got these color flashcards. Very, very great. So what can you do with them? You can do get them to hit the flashcard and then repeat it. So go pink and then put it up above their head, and they have to hit it pink, below, pink. And every time they repeat. Very, very useful. Also, put it in different parts of the classroom, in different corners. There's a game called 4 Corners where you make them run and they have to put their foot on the flashcard and they have to say pink. And then you say blue and they have to run to the other part of the classroom and touch the blue flashcard with their foot. Also Twister, where you get them to touch different parts of the flashcards on the floor, and then they have to say each time they touch the flashcard. Very, very good game. So then you've got different flashcards of different things. So for example, snail. So you can take snail. This is good for, this is something that you use in an offline classroom, but I've started using it on the internet quite a lot. So I'll go, I'll speed it up. So I'll go, and then they're like, what? That gets their attention. And then I slow it down and they're like, snail. And then I say, it's a snail. And then you do that a couple of times. So get them to repeat it 2 or 3 times, and then you come with another flashcard. and then you go spider, snail, spider, snail, like that. So very good. Also, what I used to do is sort of get them to hit the flashcards, but it looks like a boxer trainer with mitts. So snail, spider, and they're repeating it every time. Very, very, very useful. Also things like pens and pencils, we use them quite a lot. So if there's a lot of them, I'm just getting them out here. So how many pens are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 pens. How many blue pens are there? So we can say there are 2 blue pens. Stuff like that. Also, you can use sort of sticks, like chopsticks, and have them throw them out and then get them to count how many chopsticks there are. Also different things like ruler. What is it? It's a ruler. Very, very important. What are they? They are brushes. Very, very helpful. So flashcards, cards, normal household items. So we got a cup. What is it? It's a cup. You can use, very, very useful to have. And to sort of implement them, always have a sort of warmer, so sort of flashcard game, or you go around to the younger students and you get them to, you ask them, what's your name? How are you? How old are you? That kind of thing, or get them to do it together as a warmer. Everybody does it, and you start in at the end, and then move to the center of the classroom, and then start teaching. So I think sort of warmer, teach a bit, and then teach the vocabulary with a game. So that's where flashcards come in. So 4 corners, like I said, or another one that I had, game that I played is dueling flashcards. So where you get 2 students to stand back to back, and they both have a flashcard here on their chest, but the other one can't see it. So then, like a duel, basically, you get them to do 10 paces and 10 turn around, and the first to say the word wins. Very, very important. Also, keeping things like points, giving points, taking away points for bad behavior is very, very helpful. Very, very, very helpful. Younger learners, yes. Older learners, I said, think once they sort of hit 12, 13, not so much. But for younger learners, it works a lot. Also, like when you're learning clothes, so bringing different clothes. When we're learning clothes, I bought a whole lot of clothes and dressed up in a dress and that for my class. So what is he wearing? He is wearing a skirt. So it's very, very funny for small kids. I think very, very important. Also, what they call you put a flashcard on the floor while you're teaching, and the flashcard is basically a trigger. So when you put your foot on the flashcard, they have to do something. So stand up, turn around, sit down, for example, that kind of thing. Very, very useful. Why? Because it refocuses their attention. So you're teaching, the minute you see they're getting out of focus, boom, put on the flashcard, stand up, turn around, sit down, and their focus is back on you. Very, very, very important. What else? I'd say also maybe at the end, so you sort of at the middle, game, usually if the lessons are long, should allow for a little bit of a break, and then have another game, and then maybe review a little bit towards the end is always helpful. We can't always do it all the time. You don't have to do it all the time, but very, very helpful, I think. Also building rapport. I think that sort of warm up period, warm down period, very, very important. So ask them how they are, how their weekend was, what they do, and get them to ask each other. I think also sort of warm down. We used to have a like a Nintendo Wii game. We had a smart board, so they could play just dance. So they danced and sang. And if they did good, we did that at the end. So rewards, very, very important. So if they're good, give them a high five. That contact is very, very important. Very, very important. High five for when they're being naughty, or you want them to refocus. Also counting down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then carry on. Very, very important. So that, like the foot on the flashcard, acts as a trigger and also refocuses them. Obviously, children are very dynamic. So no one strategy is going to work all the time. You've just got to mix it up, I think. Anyway, thank you for listening. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.